Hello, Ole. This is feedback for your task number 2 regarding the use of air power in coin operations. I'm going to be talking mostly about structure and paragraph organization. So at the global level and slightly more local level of the text, I would like you to refer to the PowerPoint presentation that I gave when we met the first time. Have a look at those slides. They give you definitions of those terms, and they also include the different templates, skabeloner, for the ways to organize a paragraph. Before I get into all of that, my general assessment of your English is that you write very fluently. You write clear, logical, or you write clearly and with logical progression, I should say. You create coherence. You write with good nuance and good vocabulary, and you write correctly. There are no major errors. I mean, obviously there are errors here and there, but they're not systematic, and they certainly don't hinder the reading of the text. In fact, you do a lot to further the reader's understanding of the text, and that's very good, and I'll get into that because that has to do with structure and with paragraph organization. Really good introduction to the text in terms of the content. You then have a paragraph called chronology, which I think is basically your introduction to the text as a text. It doesn't really make sense to a British reader that you say chronology. So what I would do is just drop the title and then move it up so that it coheres with the content introduction. So you make like one big kind of intro to both what am I reading about and how are you going to present all of this information. So that works really well because it gives me an introduction, like a roadmap. I know what's going to happen. I feel confident that this writer knows what he's doing, and that there is like a voice of authority speaking to me. That's what those types of paragraphs do for the reader, is that gives you a voice of authority, and that's very convincing, obviously. There is just one thing, I think you do line breaks that are a little bit odd to me. The rule is 1 line break or 2 line breaks signal a new paragraph. And you seem to do both. Like you distinguish between 2 line breaks and 1 line break. And it's hard for me to understand what that's meant to tell me. So be a little bit more consistent. I mean, what you can do when you write in English, there's a perfectly straightforward kind of academic tradition where you just do 1 line break when you move to a different topic, regardless of how much you seem to be changing direction in the text. So that's possible. Because what I want you to do is revise some of your paragraphs according to the paragraph templates in my PowerPoint introduction. And look at whether or not you have organized your information accordingly. Sometimes those line breaks create a text that seems too fragmented. And I think it's simply a question of you keeping the information that is linked and that is relevant to your topic sentence in one paragraph and not doing the line break at all. So have a look at that. I will, however, say that you have, in general, in your paragraphs, good coherence. It's clearly put, and there's a logical progression. You help the reader along. Your headings, your subheadings, those kind of rhetorical questions that you ask, they also give me, there's a hook in the reader, basically sort of pulling me, okay, I know what this is about, but I also want to know what the answer to the question is. So that's a really good kind of rhetorical device that you're using. And it also creates this kind of signposting along the way that we're looking for. So in general, it's working, but do go back and revise the paragraphs and look at the line breaks and see how can you improve that according to the templates that I provided in the PowerPoint. So just in summation, very good introduction, both in terms of content and in terms of the text as a text. Good coherence, but look at the templates and see how you can make your text even clearer so that there's no feeling of fragmentation for the reader. But in general, a really good text. If there are any questions, you can let me know in an email, or you can just simply ask me on Friday when I see you next. That's it for me. Bye.